The rainbow is a beautiful gift to mankind. All of nature's colors combine in a wondrous form. Its beauty encourages people to look beyond themselves and seek inspiration on a higher plane. There is a place in East Iboga, Alabama that inspires people in the same manner. Rainbow Omega was formed in 1995 by Stenson and Diane Carpenter to provide a secure and pleasant place for some very special people to live.
She has some symptoms of Down syndrome, but not all, and it was just a birth defect, a brain injury or something.
When she was about 9 months old, she spiked a really high fever and in the hospital for a week, and it was finally diagnosed as encephalitis.
The doctor had told us that probably there would be some disability left with it, but we didn't realize what was ahead of us.
Rainbow Omega is located 1 hour east of Birmingham in a beautiful country setting. More than 70 residents live in family-style homes. In fact, they are homes.
I knew without a doubt that my prayer had been answered. There was a peace about it, and I knew that I had found really more than I had hoped for, because everything I had seen had been so different.
Our feeling is that Joy needs to, even though it's risky, she needs to have a, quote, normal life, because we won't always be here.
We wanted him to have a place that was much like a family atmosphere, and we really didn't dream there would be one. And I've told Stenson often that God answered a prayer that I didn't even know to pray for. I wanted him to be taken care of, but I wanted a place where he was loved and nurtured.
Here we're trying to help them become more independent, more social with their friends, to help them have, a good quality of life. One thing I always wondered is what would happen when they grew up? What is going to happen when their family can't care for them anymore? And it's not anything I had really ever thought about previously. And when I moved here to Alabama and I heard about Rainbow Omega, that's one reason I thought, I wanted to work here and thought it was such a great program, because this is an opportunity for them to be able, when their family can't care for them to be able to be in a community of people that care about them and have friends and a job and learn to be as independent as they can be.
Well, he likes work. They asked him at his ISP recently what he wanted to do that he wasn't getting to do as much. He said, money. He wanted more money. And he's a good worker. He's slow, but he tends to stay with it.
It gives them a purpose. It gives them a sense of belonging, a sense of something to get up and go do every day, and they earn a paycheck, and they love earning a paycheck and going to the bank and cashing it and going shopping. I just enjoy interacting with them. It doesn't matter how bad your day is. If one of the residents comes up and hugs you and tells you they love you, or thanks you for being here, it just I guess maybe it just humbles you and makes you realize why we're really all here.
They allow Rob to reach his potential. There's a limit there. He'll never be able to go out into the community and work, but he's feeling so good to be earning a little bit of money every month.
Good morning. It's so good to see you.
The vocational program allows residents to build self-respect by assembling products for companies that have learned about the dependable work ethic of our residents.
Rainbow Omega is a supplier to Honda Manufacturing of Alabama. They provide us with these owner's manual kits. Every Honda Odyssey and every Honda Pilot SUV contains one of these owner's manual kits provided by Rainbow Omega. They've been a great supplier, excellent quality and delivery performance for us, and we look forward to a long relationship with Rainbow Omega.
Honda is ecstatic about us. They wish every supplier was as accurate as us. For a new supplier, we've kind of amazed them at how accurate we are. Each individual is very good at their job. It's kind of amazing how accurate and their speed. is when doing this. They each have a unique and genuine love for each staff member. They never meet a stranger. They're truly God's children.
I just wanted her to see her happy, have friends, have the opportunity to do things that she would not have time. I could have never done with Shelley what Rainbow Omega has, and carried her to the place and exposed her to, different cultures in life that I would have never been able to have done that.
One of the biggest issues is making sure we have adequate staff in homes and that they're doing the job they're supposed to, which is seeing to safety, care, health. We want all the residents looking good. We want them happy, enjoying what they're doing. Trying to find out things they want to accomplish in their lives and making sure they get opportunity to do those as much as possible within family Rainbow resources. The residents are the best part of the job because they like to make you happy. Most of them, most all the time, want to please, and so they're out to be happy and say nice things to you. They'll tell you how good looking you are, even though you're not. So dealing with them is the best part. Got good homes, good buildings, and especially a lot of good folks. And so we're planning ahead for them as they age out. We have some who are, a large group that in their 40s and 50s, and we tend to be here for them through the end. Of course, we got some young ones that are like 20 years old who are just starting with us, and so we tend to be here with them for a long time.
No, I don't worry about Shelley. I know she's been taken care of, and I know that because in the past she's had to be hospitalized several times in Birmingham, and Dr. Moore and the staff here are just, they call me when it starts, that they're carrying her to the hospital, and I meet them there, and they stay with her until I get there.
The ICF program was designed to take care of people with more challenging medical or mental disabilities than the other residents. Nurses will be on duty around the clock in this spacious, light-filled building. Special details were planned for the building, including generator backup for power failures, a storm-proof room within the building, extra wide halls for easy transport of the residents, and an extra wing just for people with dementia.
We endeavor always to look at and identify what each person, each individual needs most, and go from there. And that helps us in defining the program, the individualized program for that person, as well as helping the entire staff know how to work with that person.
I think this is absolutely a wonderful place. I think it's a wonderful place to work. There's so much reward here. These people are actually very appreciative of anything that we do for them, and when you get to see them learn something new or accomplish something that they haven't been able to do for themselves, for the first time, then that is very rewarding. I told somebody one time, I said, the entire time I worked at the hospital, no one once ever told me they loved me, and here they tell you all day long.
I'm just so glad that the philosophy here seems to be being clean and neat and presenting a good outlook to the community and interacting with the community. I think they do a great job.
They go to the bank. They go shopping.
If somebody needs some night lights, you know where you know that might be, Robert?
They dine at restaurants, anything that a normal person would do. They also do things that don't require money. They go to worship and enjoy the life that Rainbow Omega offers them here.
When we found out about Rainbow Omega, it just really seemed to be the answer. And she's been here 8 years, and she has work to do, she has her peers, she has her community.
It is molding lives that people just have forgotten about, And really, until I came here, I didn't think much about it either. When I started to work here and met the folks here and everything, and really realizing what it was about, then I thought, this is an eye-opener. With Stinson and Diane being our leaders, they have instilled in us their wishes of how they want the residents to be cared for when they're no longer here. And as long as I'm here, it's going to be that way, you know, and I know that the other staff that has been here as long as I have is going to make sure of that as well.
Since 1995, Rainbow Omega has grown to include 8 group homes, the vocational building, 5 greenhouses, a respite care cottage, 10 apartments for staff housing, the intermediate care facility, and the administration building. It will continue to grow in the years to come.
Probably the biggest need right now, and that's what we're working on, is constructing a large vocational building so that we can take care of more residents. And the present workshop we have it's full. Speaking to a group one time, I was asked, after I'd asked for some support on a monthly basis, they came out of the meeting and said, Mr. Carpenter, how long do you think you might need the support at Rainbow Omega? And just off the cuff, I said, well, probably until Jesus comes back. And so that's why our job will really never be one that will cease to exist.
The rainbow was a promise to man. Rainbow Omega has a promise to keep to all of our residents and their parents. You can help us keep our promise by giving to Rainbow Omega. Join us in making the world a better place for people who deserve the best care we can give them for the rest of their lives.